Hey, how's it going? This is Brandon from Fury AI, and in this video, I have a banger because I'm going to bring you through the exact same system, process, and pretty much infrastructure that is able to generate 70 plus calls per month for your service-based business. So make sure to stick around until the end so you can decide if you want to use this exact same system for your business. All right, with no further ado, let's get right into it. Great, so let's get right into it. I'm excited about this video because I'm gonna break everything down for you so that you know exactly how to send 10, 15, 20,000 emails per month. The structure of it, I'm gonna break everything down. I'm gonna tell you the costs, what it's gonna cost you, how do you need to set it up, and what tools and softwares you need to utilize to make this happen, and how it can yield you 50, 60, 70 plus calls per month, and how you can potentially close 5 to 10 deals per month for your service-based business. So once again, cold email blueprint to book 70 calls per month with highly qualified prospects without breaking the bank, which is one of the most important things. And the reason why I'm so passionate about cold email is because I used to have $0 and no money in my bank account, and I couldn't run ads, and I couldn't run expensive softwares to get meetings and close clients. So the first thing that I did and started doing is start cold emailing. And as you may have known, if you're clicking on this video, you probably know that cold email is can really not be expensive at all if you do it in the right way and you follow the right process. Okay, so let's go through the entire process here. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the lead generation. Okay, so there's many tools, so I'm not saying that these are the only tools that you can use or have to use. I am just talking based on experience, okay? And what I'm using for my own agency, Brandlix Media, which is an e-commerce agency, okay? So the number one stack that software stack that I kind of recommend is Apollo. They have so much data. The cost is around $100 to $200 per month. That's what you can expect. And Store Leads is another one, but this is more specific for e-commerce brands, because Store Leads is essentially a software that is able to scrape millions of Shopify, WooCommerce, Squarespace stores, and so it's like specifically geared for e-commerce brands. Either way, I like to use this, but Apollo is great for any type of business, whether you're going for chiropractors, doctors, who knows what, e-commerce, any niche works. Apollo is great. Once again, there's also other softwares, but this is what I like to use myself. Great, so these are kind of like the three ways to buy data. You can use softwares, you can do it manually, which I don't recommend, or you can also just buy data. And I actually use this method because I'm partnered with at this point a dear friend that really has a lot of experience when it comes to lead generation and scraping leads, specifically for e-commerce brands. So this is actually a perfect fit for me. It's definitely one of the most expensive ones. I mean, if you want to scrape, I don't know, 20,000 leads, it's going to cost you $2,000. So be ready to spend that money if this is the way that you want to do this. If you want to if you don't want to spend as much, then this is probably the most automated and best way to do it. Use software. The only thing that I really recommend to do is not just rely on the data that they send you, but you have to go through some filtering processes. So you scrape the leads from Apollo, and then maybe you also add an extra filtering process where you kind of check your leads and make sure that these are the right leads. The best way to do it, what is it? To actually test it for yourself. See if you're getting the right people in your pipeline, and also just you'll notice immediately by the responses that you get. If you get 10 messages a day saying, oh, this is not what I do, I'm in another industry, then there's something wrong with the lead strategy. So once again, I like to use this for me personally. VAs, I really don't recommend. This was maybe something that people used to do. Some people do it for lower volume because they really want to reach the really top-notch quality of leads, and so they'd rather have people manually. They hire 5 VAs for $400, $500 a month, right? And then they give a specific criteria, and so they're 100% sure that the people that the VAs are putting on a list, on a lead sheet, are essentially the 100% ideal prospect. Okay, so this is not what I would do for my business, but once again, I'd use either this or this. Let's move on here to cold email infrastructure. And once again, this email infrastructure is the email infrastructure that you need to follow to send, 10, 15, probably maximum 20,000 emails per month. Okay. And let's go through the process. What I advise to do here is that, in case you're not familiar with how cold email works, you can't send emails from your main domain. Okay, never do that. You always need to buy burner domains, and a burner domain is like a secondary domain that you only use for cold email. An example is, if my company is called Brand Lux Media, a burner domain would be something like get Brand Lux Media or join brandluxmedia.com, right? So these are like burner domains. So with one domain, you can actually connect 3 email accounts. Make sure to not connect more than that. I typically do between 2 and 3. 3 is still fine. And so by the end of the day, you'll have, 8, 9, 10 domains. In this example, it's going to be 9 because I'm setting up 27 email accounts. Considering that I want to send 15,000 emails for the month. And once again, like, people used to send like 40, 50 emails per domain, right? So they used to have like maybe half of the domains and email accounts that I have over here. But with time, like, I've come to realize that I'd rather just like lower the risk and maintain each email account as healthy as possible. And so instead of like scaling vertically, instead of sending more emails per account, I just scale horizontally, meaning I add multiple domains and I buy multiple accounts. Okay, so these are the costs. It's going to be $10 to $12 per domain. So this is going to be the yearly cost, $108, and then 27 times 7. $7 is the kind of like average cost for an email account. So that's approximately $189 per month. Where do you get your emails? I like to go through GoDaddy. I used to be a huge fan of Workspace because of how user-friendly it is. But as of now, they started kind of like banning cold email. Not banning, but it's like not very cold email friendly. And also, as of now, Squarespace kind of like bought Google domains. And so there's like a whole process that is complicated. So I like to move away from that, and I use Office 365 and GoDaddy. So I buy all my domains on GoDaddy, and then I bought these 9 domains there, for example, and then there's an automatic integration with Office 365, and there's also actually special deals. So if you want to buy an email account for like the full year, you can spend like $2 per month instead of 7. The only reason I choose 7, the month-to-month option, is because if one email domain gets like burnt after 3 months, then you're like kind of like wasting you wasted money because you bought for a yearly plan, right? So like that's the only thing for me. So this is going to be the approximate average monthly cost, $200, and I included both the monthly cost of the email accounts and the yearly cost of the domain. So it's going to be around $200. Okay. So now let's talk about the cold email tools. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I like to use Instantly for cold email or Lemlist. Honestly, more a fan of Instantly. They both tools offer a warming tool. So once again, like, very important, whenever you get these email accounts and you connect them to either Instantly or Lemlist to send the cold emails, make sure that you warm up the emails for 14 days, right? And both Lemlist and Instantly, they probably have several tutorials and guides that will guide you in terms of like how many, warm-ups to send a day, like all that stuff. Follow their guidelines. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but make sure that you warm up each email account for 14 days. So the process is you buy all this stuff, you connect it to Instantly, and then you warm them up for 14 days. And then at the 15th day, you're ready to send some cold emails, okay? Once again here, just note that I got 27 accounts because I want to send around 15 to 20 emails per day per email account. And if you multiply the 27, right, let's do it right now. Let's see, 27, let's do actually 15,000 emails which I want to send per month, divided by 27 email accounts is 553 per month, which is 18 emails per day. So on average, each email account is going to send 18 emails per day, which isn't a lot. But once again, I'd rather do this than scale vertically. Let's move on. I'm talking too much. So this is what I use, and it's going to be around $100 a month. Now for personalization, typically how I do it is if I send, let's, you know, for the sake of the example, if I send 15,000 emails per month, I like to send 50% of those emails just through text, like I explain over here, and 50% through high personalization. And the tools that I use for personalization is actually a tool that I've built myself. It's called Fury AI. Now, I don't care if you want to use this tool or not. I'm not here to like hard sell you on Fury, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because it's the tool that I use for my own company, Brand Expedia, my e-commerce agency. So let me actually bring you through this process. And by the way, it's extremely cheap, and you'll see what it does exactly, because it's only 7 cents per lead, and you'll see what personalization features it adds to your cold email. So this is the software. I'll show you what it does first so you understand the process. So this is Instantly, the cold email software that I use to send out my cold emails. And this is what it's able to do. It's able to personalize, first of all, it doesn't show you here, but it personalizes your first line. So if you're looking for icebreakers or personalized first lines, it will do it for you automatically. Okay, and so this is part of my strategy. I send the first email as a text-only email, and then as a follow-up email, I send a video, like a Loom video. So the first email, the strategy is that I ask permission to send a personalized video to the prospect, right? And the second email is whether they answer or not, I trigger the automation and I send them the video either way. The reason why I want to send this video is because if I send in the first email, spam triggers are going to trigger, if that makes sense. So there's a much higher likelihood that you are going to go into spam and that your domain is going to get blacklisted. So we don't want that at all. So I send the email in the second email once we are already inside of the inbox. This is very important. So this is what the video looks like. As you see here, this is the lead. Teresa, I put some effort into the video. Did you get a chance to watch it? I know we all get flooded, so just wanted to bump the last email. And so this is the actual, I think this is like the third email because I'm following up. But yeah, so this is how it works. Fury, this software is able to automatically generate emails, thumbnails, landing pages, and Loom videos. And so what you're seeing here is a thumbnail, and this is exactly what the prospect is going to see. This is a pre-recorded video that I recorded for every prospect, but Fury is going to put this right here, and it's going to create this thumbnail, and this website that you see is the website of the prospect. So all of this is done automatically. When they click on the email, they're going to see something like this, which is a page that you can fully customize. You can customize the page however you want in Fury. And this is of course the video. And as you can see, this is my background over here. And I recorded a video for this prospect. Hey there, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And whatever, this is how it looks like. And once again, we can personalize their name into the landing page. So this is the personalization. I'm not gonna. This is how the platform looks like internally. I'm not gonna go through everything now. This is where you can customize your landing page and everything. I go over this stuff in other videos, but I wanted to keep it short and simple. If you are interested in doing the personalization, you can just try this yourself. It's free to get started if you want to get started for free. Okay, let me go back into the video. This is the tool once again that I use for personalization. Really helps me. Let's go through the numbers that we can expect when we send 15,000 emails a month and we run two strategies. One is the AI video strategy, which is the strategy I use for Fury. I'm just mentioning this strategy, but it could be any personalization strategy. I just use it because it works well. And then the text-only emails. Now the text-only emails, because they're less personalized, are gonna, the meeting rate, the booking rate is gonna be quite lower. And so here are some possible scenarios that you can expect by sending 7,000 here and 8,000, just to make, sum it up as 15K per month emails. In terms of results. So here you can expect a 0.3% meeting rate. If you're not getting at least 0.3%, go over a script, change offer, do something. It means that what you're doing is not working, or your leads are completely not the right ones. So it's either one. Just make sure that your leads are on check and that your offer and your script is on check. And so you can probably book around 20 to 25 meetings. I just stick with the 0.3% meeting rate. With the personalization, in my case with the video personalization strategy as the one that I showed you before, you can expect, I'm personally getting a 1% booking rate, but to be conservative, probably a 0.5, 0.6% meeting booking rate is very, very reasonable. Once again, if that's not what you're getting, go over your offer once again. It's not about the strategy, it's also about the offer structure that you present to the prospect, okay? So this should yield around 70 meetings per month, and this is kind of the math. Let's go over the final cost. This video, I'm almost done. And let's go over everything. So lead generation, $1,500 a month. Once again, we're assuming that you're using my strategy here, where you just work with somebody that provides the leads for you. This is by far the most expensive option. So I recommend, if you don't have as much money, to go over here. You spend $100, $200, $250 a month, and you just do it yourself. The only difference between this and this is that I do nothing with this. And in this case, you just have to do it yourself, okay? So I'm just assuming a worst case scenario. So $1,500 a month, then emails plus domains, $200 a month, as I explained. Softwares around $500 a month between, personalization tools plus the Lemlist or the Instantly, which is $100 a month, essentially this one over here, right? And this is the final cost, $2,000. $2,200. Once again, this could be quite lower if you don't do the lead generation like I do it. Okay, so let's go over the numbers. You book 70 calls, that's $31 per call. Let's say 50 show up, that's $44 per show up. That's the cost per show up. And then let's just be like quite conservative, as I am, because when I go and do prospecting and go on sales calls for my company, I am very, very picky with the people that I want to work with, also because I don't work with hundreds of e-commerce clients, right? So I'm very picky, and for me, I disqualify like 80% or sometimes even 90% of the people that I speak to. Let's just say on average, you would disqualify 50%. So from 50 that show up, you disqualify 25 and you hop on a demo call with 25. Let's just assume that your close rate is 20%. And by the way, this is like industry average. If it's below 20%, you either need to train on on sales, or your offer is maybe not strong enough. Typically, if your offer is strong enough, you don't really have to do too much of the selling. You should be able to achieve 20%. 1 in 5 people that you pitch should close a deal, especially if it's a 2, 3, 4K a month deal. So let's just assume 20% close rate, 5 close. 5 times $2,500 a month, that's like a very reasonable retainer, whatever you charge. That's 12.5K a month in probably recurring revenue. I sign agreements for 3, 6, and 12 months. So if I sign one client, I know they're gonna stick for a while. So for me, it's like, this is like a no-brainer. And if this is not sustainable for you, then it means that you're not good with retention and you're not good with onboarding clients and just like getting results. So like figure that out first as well. Either way, this is the math. You spend 2,200 in my case, right? You can spend less. Made 12.5K back with an ROI of 5.5. So just to give you an understanding, for me, if I were to break even and let's say spend 2.2K, make 2.2K back, for me, it's like, I don't care. It's like perfect because I know I can retain my clients. But the great thing about cold email is that it's so cheap and so valuable. So you can send so many emails, 15,000 emails a month in a reasonably cheap price and get like unlimited leverage essentially, right? And so like these are like very reasonable numbers. If you close at 30%, right? This is even higher. If you close at 20% and maybe your ticket price is 3, 4, 5K, then I mean, you can do the math on the ROI. And this is not even including the recurring revenue that you would sign on a typical agency or like service-based business, right? So once again, let me know if I'm done. I know that I ranted for a bit, but I wanted to bring you through the entire structure visually, like a visual representation. Let me know. I know that I didn't dive into the technicalities of everything, but let me know if you have any questions about lead generation, the cold email softwares, the setup, what softwares we use. I'm going to leave a link for Fury and Lemlist. Not affiliated to Lemlist, but I like, it's not an affiliate link. I just like it so much that I use it for myself. And nothing. This is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And nothing. See you in the next video. Bye.